What I would say about Rashford is it was a big move for him going to Villa because a lot of people are saying he would fail. A lot of people say he would start well, but I think game by game, steadily, he's getting better, he's more confident. He said there in his interview about he's playing better football. I think that's down to the manager and the way Aston Villa play. But you can see in his energy. We've all been players, and when you've got a manager who believes in you, you can do special things. I'm not saying he scored against Preston, no disrespect to Preston tonight, but you have to put the ball in the back of the net, and it's your body language. His whole body language looks a lot better now, and he feels like he's confident. And when Marcus Rashford is confident, we've talked about him so much. I think when people are talking about him, they're frustrated because, same like me, didn't live up to your potential. You got so much hype on you at the start of your career. You don't sort of fulfill that, and people are asking questions, but that's the best way to shut people up.
But also, the team have to play to your strengths as well.
Yeah, I think even it was a huge statement the moment that Marco Asensio picked the ball up to take the penalty. And him and Marcus, they had a discussion. He didn't take the ball off him, they had a discussion, and they decided it was best for the team, best for that moment right there to give the ball to Marcus Rashford, who was confident. Asensio took one when he was on the field previous in the Champions League. That was massive. And the confidence to take that penalty. Everybody in this stadium, in a Preston shirt, in a Preston North End feeling, would have wanted him to miss that penalty, and he just held his gauge with the keeper and confidently slotted
You didn't
in.
like that though with keeper when strikers sort of took the time a little bit.
If they score, you clap hands because he's doing it in a big. There's pressure on that guy every time he goes on the field. We're talking about his body language.
Well,
that's a conversation. How he behaves. How he chews his chewing gum with Marcus. He's that kind of guy. But when he's scoring goals and winning, brilliant.
How difficult is it for a goalkeeper in that position there?
I thought he did really well, Guy Cornell, to hold his ground, but Rashford's looking for that little tell.
As a penalty take away back, when the leg comes out, you go in that side.
But do you know what
Because if the left leg comes out, he can't dive to his left because he's put his left leg out. Because that's where the momentum's coming from to push it.
So as I work with Yaya Toure and Mario Balotelli.
Don't put me in the same conversation. Yaya Toure.
No. 100 goals in the Premier League. What are you talking about?
But you know what, D? I loved it. I might have been the starting keeper, but I'd be out for hours fighting with those two, and they were players who would wait, and eventually I almost flipped my method, and I can say this now, I never would have said it. So you're looking for that counter movement.
Correct.
So even with those guys, if I was going to ever have a chance, if I was going to want them to go to my right, I'd tap my right like I'm doing a counter movement, and I'd go right.
Oh, I see.
So there's always ways as the game develops and as techniques develop, because it was too easy for me to go right left because those guys were so clever and they were literally locking out. They didn't care about the football. It freaked me out.
If you I feel like auditioning for Strictly here, which will never happen, just to be clear. But if you put his hand,
Are you sure?
I'm sure it might happen for him, but not for me. But if your right leg goes there and you're going that way, how difficult is that then?
It's so counterproductive. So it takes out the chance of being able to get in the bottom corner, totally. But what you find with the players who are coming up and stuttering and keeping an eye on you, they're not looking for the bottom corner. Often if you do go the right, Cristiano Ronaldo was a great example against Schmeichel in the week. He waited for him to go down, he waited. And because he was waiting so long and looking at him, Schmeichel managed to psych him out and tamely just rolled it into his hands. That's tame, that Rashford penalty, but he managed to get rid of the goalkeeper. If you go the right way, it's such a good feeling. It's not often you can hold your stare, and then rip it into the corner. It's often just waiting for the keeper to move.
So last question about on the line. You know now you've got to keep one foot on the line as well.
Yeah.
How difficult is that in the process that you're thinking of how are you going to save the...
I'd find it difficult if I didn't know the penalty taker. If I didn't know the penalty taker and they did the stutter, you'd lose your balance. But that goalkeeper, I would have known there that Rashford's going to stutter. So he would have just held his weight. But the counter to that, if you don't know and you think someone's going to smash it, you have to go early. So you'd start moving, then realise they've not gone anywhere and you've lost all kind of spatial awareness of the line.
Most keepers, when I took penalty, they'd already dived.
Just waved them off.
None of this.
But you would have just done, to all intents and purposes, a normal run-up, wouldn't you?
100%.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop. I wouldn't be able to start again.
Oh, crab.
Hamstring's gone.